Again, the best is fighting the best, and Crawford dared to be great, and this is one of the ways you do it, and you tell the world, watch, but to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here.
What do we just milk? What are we milking this dumb shit for? Think about how much money you can pump into boxing with great matchups.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches.
On September 13th, 2025, the boxing world stopped. Everyone watched Terence Crawford, who started his career at lightweight, stand in the center of the ring in Las Vegas with his hand raised after dominating the undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. The crowd was shocked. Commentators struggled to find words. But one man sitting ringside wasn't surprised at all. He told us months earlier that this exact thing would happen.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't going to surrender and say, I slowed up, so I'm going to act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.
That man was Bernard Hopkins, the executioner. He didn't just predict a Crawford win, he explained exactly how Canelo would be exposed. While most fans focused on weight differences and power, Hopkins noticed something deeper. He said Canelo was walking straight into a trap. Now, with talk of a rematch heating up, Hopkins is back with another warning. And if his first prediction was accurate, Canelo might be on the edge of making the biggest mistake of his entire career.
Where does Canelo go from here, Henry?
He needs to rematch. If I'm Canelo, I want to rematch Terence Crawford. He got schooled, bro. He got outboxed, dude, by Terence Crawford. And I know that he's itching to get that one back. The first time he fought Triple G, and he came back the second time, and he legit beat Triple G.
Once in a lifetime fight, it doesn't need to be a rematch. I think Bud would do worse the next fight. He would put it on Canelo a little worse than that, because that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. But if I'm Terence Crawford, of course I'll fight him again. But this time, I'm the A side. I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident next time, knowing that I can punch with this guy. I can take his shot. I'm faster.
He fought Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He didn't do what the last two did, just run. He threw at him. I'm going to call your bluff, bro. I'm going to fight.
To understand why Hopkins is so confident Crawford wins again, you have to look at what he said about the trap. Before the fight even began, Hopkins said Canelo was playing checkers while Crawford was playing chess. At the time, people dismissed it as old school talk, but when you rewatch the fight, you realize how true it was. Hopkins pointed out that Canelo had relied on his power and physical strength for so long that he forgot what it's like to face a true master technician.
So that's one from me, Canelo Crawford. Obviously Terence just rocked up there. What do you make of his chances against the man you worked with for many years?
Great chance. He have a great chance because of his heart, his talent, and also his game plan and his strategy. But Canelo is no pushover. I've watched Canelo for multiple years. Again, the best is fighting the best, and Crawford dared to be great. And this is one of the ways you do it, and you tell the world, watch, pay attention, and watch me make history. I will be one of those watching amongst millions of other people.
Didn't beat Canelo by overpowering him, he beat him by outthinking him. Hopkins explained that for all 12 rounds, Crawford was always 3 or 4 steps ahead. He kept moving into spots where Canelo thought he could land punches, only to disappear before the punch arrived. This wasn't running. It was elite distance control, something rare in today's era. Hopkins calls it the illusion of availability, making Canelo believe the target was there when it really wasn't.
If the fight ends up going down, it's going to be a long, long night for Canelo Alvarez. Terence Bud Crawford has already figured out Canelo Alvarez. He already figured him out, he beat him down, and he learned that he can take his power, and on top of that, Canelo was hurt a couple of times by Bud Crawford. If you're Bud Crawford heading into this fight, you have not a single worry in the world. You know what you're capable of doing. You know that you can go out into that ring and you could put a beating on Canelo Alvarez. And might I even say this? Bud Crawford has a chance at stopping Canelo Alvarez if they do the rematch.
This leads to the most important part of Hopkins' breakdown, mental exhaustion. We usually talk about stamina in physical terms, how long you run, how many rounds you spar. But Hopkins says what happened to Canelo wasn't physical fatigue, it was mental burnout. Imagine chasing someone for 36 minutes and never landing a clean punch. Frustration alone destroys your energy.
There was some big news in boxing yesterday. Canelo said he wants a rematch with Crawford. What does Canelo have to do in the rematch, D-Hop?
We didn't do last time.
Which is what?
Win.
That's all. Simple as that. Crawford's very talented.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches normally wind up the same. Statistically wise, I don't see anything different.
Hopkins compared it to his own fights against legends like Roy Jones Jr. He explained that when you throw a big power punch and miss, it drains you twice as fast as when you land one. By round 8, Canelo looked slow, heavy, and uncertain. Hopkins says that wasn't age, it was Canelo realizing he couldn't solve the puzzle in front of him. And in a rematch, that kind of mental scar doesn't disappear. It actually gets worse.
And listen, I mad respect for Canelo. It always will.
You always have been.
Listen, it always will. But Crawford has an opportunity to continue to keep sticking it to the people that didn't. Whether it was politics over here, politics over there, we get a chance to show what we, or the boxing fans in the world, almost came that close to not seeing that talent as he continued to keep telling everyone that he wanted to fight the best years ago. Go all the way back to top rank, all the way up to here.
Well, he did it.
You agree or disagree?
I agree.
He got a chance to
He got a chance and he proved himself. That's in life, we just want the opportunity.
After the fight, Hopkins made a statement that instantly went viral. He didn't just call Crawford the best fighter of this era, he compared him to Michael Jordan. It sounds huge, but Hopkins explained why. Jordan dominated not just because he was athletic, but because his fundamentals were perfect and worked against anyone. At 38 years old, Crawford should have been slower and weaker while moving up 2 weight classes. But he looked fresher than the younger Canelo. Hopkins says this is because of efficiency. Like Jordan, Crawford doesn't waste energy. Every movement has a purpose. You can train your body, but you can't suddenly develop Jordan-like instincts overnight.
You know, to Sergio's point, a lot of the people that I'm been talking to when it comes to this fight, they're not like, it's almost like the air was taken out of them. They're not excited about even the idea of a rematch, or the subject doesn't even come up. Usually the conversations are, hey man, is there a rematch clause? You think they'll run it back? What do you think will win? Like, people just, even casuals, realize that Crawford, he schooled Canelo, man. He really did. I don't think people want to see this fight. I agree with Sergio Mora.
Be at a smaller arena because people already saw Canelo get dominated by the better fighter, and the better fighter will do it again, even easier and with more confidence.
Now the world wants Canelo versus Crawford too. It makes sense financially, and Canelo's pride is pushing him to run it back. But Hopkins believes this is a trap, an even more dangerous one than the first fight. He says the first fight removed Canelo's aura of invincibility. And now that Crawford knows exactly how Canelo reacts to his feints and footwork, the rematch could be even more one-sided.